Okay, so today, guys, we're going to take this, and these, and we're going to make to this. This is what we're making. Alright, so let's go on the journey. Okay, good morning, guys. So, the first step, I found this is the easiest way to do it, is I take a sheet of, I believe it's 8.5 by 11, or a standard sheet of paper, and fold it in half. And I know in my last video I said that quartz will not absorb things like paint and stuff. It will ink from a pen can get on it, and it's a pain to get off. So if you're doing anything with a pen, make sure you have something underneath it, because I don't think anyone's going to be really happy with you if you put a pen all over their countertop. So I take a protractor, and this will give me the body, the head shape, and I put the 2 points so it's a half circle. And I've got this thing. This is from an old spirograph set. This is eyeball it up. I like that. Okay, so you know what? I think that here might be a little bit small for what we want, so we're going to go the bigger one looks better. Okay, so and when you draw the eyes and anything you draw in here, whatever you are away from the edge of your paper, remember it's going to be double, so you don't want to go too wide, you don't want to go too narrow. What I do is go around it a couple of times, pressing down. And okay, so and you open it up and you can make out the dent that your line put in. When you're doing the nose, just kind of make sure you're not going up and down. now I've got the face, but only half the head and one ear. So you fold it back. Grab your scissors. And put it here. Now, I don't quite like the nose. I didn't get all the way onto there we go. So now you've got your template. So you can trim it a little bit if you don't quite like what you've got. I should have folded this when I did this, so I'm going to trim the ear down just a little bit. Yeah, I like that better. Okay, so now we've got our template. So we will take it to the next step. So I guess I'll meet you outside, guys. So from the center fold, 6-inch, and then what I did was took some tape and taped it down. Just here and there. Now, because it's rounding up, I'm going to go like this a little bit. Then I took my nail set and my big ass hammer. I started, and I use a big hammer because then you don't have to go and swing it hard. And there you have it. It's all done. So that's your face. Alright, so you've got that. That's 12 by 12. Now we're going to make the box. Okay guys, you've seen what we're going to make. We're going to make those light boxes, and we're going to take wood that looks like this, rough, and make it look like this. This is still a little rough. It needs to be sanded, but it's been flattened on each side, each surface. The ends haven't been done because I don't need the ends done, but we use the planer to do that. I'm not going to run you through running the planer because it is as loud as sin and it's not very exciting. Okay, so I've got the one side cut. Now another important thing when you're cutting, never be behind your material, try to be beside it whenever possible. If it kicks back, you don't want it to hit you. So I'm thinking, practice what you preach, unplug it. So we open that. And we want it about 3 1/4, give or take. Doesn't have to be perfect. This is what I've decided to make mine. So once again, turn it on. Now we're going to set the blade up to roughly 1/4 inch up, which is good. We are unplugged. And 1/4 inch, give or take, between the blade and the stop. Very important you measure from the right side of the blade, because the blade is roughly 1/8 inch, and that can throw everything off. So we're going to cut this now. So what we're doing is we're cutting a groove in. That's where the metal, the aluminum face that I made, will be. So I like this side better. So we're going to go, oh, we are unplugged. Okay, there we go. And now we are going to cut. So we've got the groove cut in. And what that's for is for this to sit into. And once the box is built, I'll just put little fillers in there and it will hold it tight. So, and if you're doing multiples, do all the same cuts at the same time. So it's one setup per cut. Okay, so I've cut it down to the width. I've got the groove in it. We know the groove is roughly 1/4 inch. The metal is 12 inches by 12 inches. So if we cut 11.5 inch pieces for the sides, that gives 1/4 inch top and bottom for the groove to fit in. Now, normally I would be using a table saw or a miter saw for this, but once again, I hurt my leg, so we are just running it on the table saw, and we are going to be very careful. Okay, so this is the way you cut it. We need 4 pieces because we're making 2 right now, so we're going to do 4 pieces out of this piece. Okay, now you can do the math, or you can do it the quick, easy way. You put that in there. Because we are close to the blade, we're going to unplug it. I wasn't planning on being this close, but turns out I am. So we go like this. Come on. There we go. Now we're going to put this one here. So this is the width of your next cuts. It's going to be 12 7/8. So we've measured from this side of the blade to here, 12 7/8. And now we plug it back in. And we're going to cut 4 pieces like this again, being very, very careful. So we'll do that. So now we've got all our pieces cut. So now we can do a dry fit. We'll take it like this. Once again, I do have the saw, unplugged, but also I've got the blade down below the table. So even if it's started up, it's not going to get me, but better safe than sorry. Okay, so what we wanted to see is it is touching all around. So we're going to take this. Oh yeah, this is going to be fun to do. Okay, well I know it fits. So we're going to go put that like that. Put that like that. There we go. So that's in, that's in. That's in. And then so this will fit because everything was cut all at the same time. So that's all I need to see. So now, okay, so what I'm doing is lightly burning the outside edge of where the metal's going. what I'm doing is I'm burning the outsides of the wood. For those of you that like campfires, you get that smell. Okay, so I'm going to do all of them like that. So I did the edge, the outside edge of where the face is going to sit, the face edge, the side, and I'm going to do the back. I'm not doing the inside. And the reason being is I found when I do burnt on the inside, it takes so much more light because it's so dark. And the bottom and top. Of the long pieces. So those are the pieces you're going to see. And I'm going to show you. If it catches on fire, just blow it out. And these long pieces, so you get the idea. So once you're done, you'll see. So guys, this is pretty well what I want. Now, if you do this, and it's getting close to the end of your day, do not store these in your house, do not store these in your garage, do not store these in your shed. You can have a little bit of an ember burning, and then all of a sudden, you got a nice toasty barbecued garage, or shed, or house. So this is the board I'm going to be using for the back of the box. It's 3/16 of an inch thick, so I want to cut on the inside, the same side as the groove, but the opposite side, 3/16 in and roughly a 1/4 inch. So we're going to set up the saw and do that. What I've done is I've cut a little groove in here, so that should sit like that. So we're going to do all of them like that, and then we're going to make it go deeper on the other direction. So, away from there, but on the inside. Okay guys, so we got the burnt wood here, and what I've done is I've notched out the depth of the thickness of my backer, and I've gone in this way enough that I can put staples in to hold it. Now what I'm going to do is I've got some 80 grit sandpaper, and we're just going to we want to get the hard edges off. And we're going to sand you got your personal preference here on how much. I'm going to be painting this orange. Okay guys, so this is where the experiment comes in. I took 2 yellows and a red because I didn't have enough of an orange paint, and I watered it down, mixed it all up, watered it down, and we're going to see how it goes. I want it more of a translucent. That's the look I'm going for. That's exactly what I wanted. So we know it's going to work. So I'm going to do this. Okay. So I'm glad this worked out because I think I mixed enough to do all 8 pieces. Oh, that turned out gorgeous. I love that. That is, oh, that's exactly a burnt orangey. That is gorgeous. Alright, so I'll paint this piece. You guys get the idea of this. Because this is the long piece, we're going to do both ends. Okay, so that's gorgeous. Now, what I wanted to do also was, because this is on the outside of the face, I want to paint this. So I hope you guys can see this good. And do this edge. And then we take our raggy. Now you may want to wear gloves to do this, so I'm going to get a little bit of paint on my hands. Don't care, I've been working in renovations for years. I've had dirty hands. That's where the name came from. So we're going to get these all ready, and we'll show you the finished product of the paint, and we'll start going from there. Alright guys. Okay guys, so I got it all done, all the edges, and put this in. And the easiest way I find to put this in is start it and just, that didn't work out. So what we're going to do is take this one, go like this, and we're going to take this one, get it in, we're going to slide it down, we're going to get it in, and slide it down. Okay, so got it in. So we're going to take the nail gun and ever so gently you want to line this to that. You're going to do this and always keep your finger far enough away that if the nail does shoot out, it's not going to get you. Alright, so this came out a little bit, but that's okay. I'm going to go like this. Okay, and I just put one in each side for now. We're not going to put one in here. We're going to take this out. So now we've got basically what we want. So we're going to make the back. So the back will be 12 1/8. 12 1/8. Okay, so we're going to get this out. We're going to get our backing material. Okay, so I've measured from here, this side of the blade to the stop, to 12 1/8. Got this locked in, got my material, so we're going to turn that on. That should sit. Right in there like that. Okay. So we are a little bit out here by about 1/8 of an inch. So, but this way we're perfect. So what we'll do is we'll cut another piece. We'll actually cut two pieces. And we're going to move that roughly 1/8 of an inch. Well, sits pretty well perfect. So, what I want to do is we're going to staple this in. What we're going to do is we're going to staple this in, go slightly on an angle to go into the wood. We're not going to do the top. Okay, now that we've got that, we're going to put one here. One there. I'm going to put one here. one here. Okay. So that's that part of the box built. And I'll show you why we do that. This is the one. So what we're going to do, take these two short pieces, these two long pieces, we know it's going to fit. So we make sure the grooves are all on the bottom and the backing area is on the top. I guess it helps if we do it on the right angle, on the right way. So we are going to go like this, like this, this, like this. So we line everything up. We go nail, 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 and just for fun, to make it more stable, we will put some in there. Okay, so this box is done. Now we put the red side in, which I didn't really want, but that's okay. Doesn't matter. So now I've got the two boxes. Okay. Okay guys, so we've got this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drill a little hole through each one of these. Okay. Okay, so I meant to undo these before I started filming, but that's okay. I've got these little fairy lights. Let's take that out. It's got 3 different settings, or a white light, ever so gently undo it. Don't ever force these, the wires are so thin you can break them. So I'll take this, I'll come back to you when I get it. Okay guys, after fighting for a while, I've got the wires undone. So you put the end through the hole. Pull it through. Do it gently, because as you can see, sometimes there's little loops that get caught. So what I usually do is put the wire in like that, and we'll glue this box to there. There's the button to turn them on. So now you've got your light in here. What I like to do is I like to hot glue it down like this. And then I'll go across the back, down, across, and back up, and that gives me 2 rows. And we'll show you that. Okay guys, so I showed you running the wire through the hole. We're going to hot glue this in. Hold the wire down till it sets up. Now I need, there we go, probably another one of these in here. They are sparkly. So do a little bit there. Okay. So let the glue set up just a little bit. Alright, oh, that's not quite done yet. Okay. And when I come to the corner, put a bit of glue there. Force the wire into it just a little bit. Let it set up. Not set up quite enough. Just put my finger in the glue, but luckily it wasn't that hot. Okay, so I did that again. So what we're going to do is glue around. Glue sets up on that one. We'll get it in the corner here. That is hot. Oh yeah, that's burning glue sometimes. Alright, so watch your fingers, guys. Okay, so I got that. When you're hot gluing, watch your fingers, guys. It is hot sometimes. Okay, and because it's not clear glue, I'm making sure I don't hit the lights. I don't want to cover the lights in glue. Okay, that didn't set up fast enough. Okay, that's done. That's done. So I'll let that one set up. So I know there's probably crafters out there that use glue guns a lot more than I do. If you've got any tips or techniques you like to share, I'm not afraid to learn. That's what it's all about. So, oh, that's what we're on. We're on the box. Okay, so, well, we turn the lights on. you're going to go like this. In the corner, right here. And let go of this. Oh, that got my finger with the hot glue. So I don't use the hot glue gun a lot, so mistakes will be made. Okay, it's cooled down enough. Let's get this one cooled down enough. So the wires need to be glued down, but they're not under any pressure. It's not like people are going to be sticking their hands in the light and playing with the light. So we got that one, this one. Hooked on the wire. So we're going to go here. Like that. Let's get this one in. Okay. And I got it all over my fingers. So we go here. Here. And here. So we're going to let that all sit up. Give it a couple of seconds here. The wires seem to work out really nice. It's 2 rows around. That was not by anything other than a fluke. Okay, so we got the wires down. So what I do is take the box, a little bit of glue on there, stick it on there, and we're golden. Now, let's unplug the glue gun because we're done with that. We are going to get the metal facing. It goes in, slide it down, it is a bit of a pain to get in. So, let's go like this. This, okay, it just slid in. Now you can see it's a little bit warped. It is a little bit tight, but that's actually not too bad because it will fit in. So, pull it up. Get that one side started. Oh. And just slowly feed it in. Okay. You can see we're stuck. There we go. Okay. So it's a little bit tricky. Is a little tight, so it's got a little bit of a warp to it, but that's kind of good. There we go, it just popped in. Okay, so we've got it in. We line it up with the front face, with the top. Make sure your hands are far enough away. And oh, gun does not want to work. Okay. Okay, that's right. We are... should have enough air in it. Okay, it is an older gun. Okay. Okay guys, we got a new gun. It's got longer nails, so we'll have to be careful. That's done. It's done. Okay. So, alrighty, that one didn't get nailed in. So, okay, that's in there now. So you measure up the front end. Okay, and there you have it. Okay guys, so here they are. Okay, so that's them. If you like them, like and subscribe if you can, or subscribe and like, whatever way you want to do it. And I'll see you at the next one.